judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now!
Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Fight Night, only on DAZN.
2 years ago, the Ring magazine relaunched with the promise to stage some of the biggest events we've ever seen. We've had some good ones in that time, but tonight promises to top the lot. We've come to the western side of Egypt. We've built a stadium, we've built a ring, and we've invited two of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. In the land of the pharaohs beneath the pyramids, who will become King of Giza?
In a world of rules, one fight breaks them all.
This is going to be an absolute spectacle.
Two champions.
You've got the king of heavyweight boxing.
Three-time undisputed champion.
Against the king of heavyweight kickboxing.
What an opportunity to upset the world.
Two disciplines.
This is something completely different.
One question.
Pound for pound king of boxing against the pound for pound king of kickboxing.
Who will be champion of champions?
Undisputed versus undisputed.
Usyk.
The genius of modern boxing.
Verhoeven.
He's coming to win. He believes he can win.
As the sun sets on the pyramids in Egypt.
A new legend will be forged.
Just when you think you've seen it all, we've gone to Times Square, we've had events in Saudi Arabia, Wembley Stadium. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh said, let's go up another level. Let's have an event in the pyramids in Egypt, and we've done it. I can't believe it's happening, but it is happening. This is it, the glory in Giza. Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven will take place in a few hours' time. This place is going to be jammed. It's going to be exciting. I'm already excited. I'm alongside two greats as well, Malik Scott, Alistair Overeem, who have both been with me all week. Malik, I mean, we've done some events together. You fought in some crazy places before, but this is just outstanding. Visually, it's incredible. And I guess as the sun starts to set, it's going to look even better.
Yes, this is incredible. And it says so much about Turki Al-Sheikh. The sky is beyond the limit with him. He's willing to go to the levels where whatever it takes, not just for boxing, but the locations. He's into the entertainment aspect of it. And this right here, being in Egypt, me coming in boxing as a 12-year-old kid, traveling the world as a professional, traveling the world, I haven't seen anything like this. These fighters are going to be very happy when they get out here and see this set, and I'm looking forward to it.
Alistair, what do you make of this? I mean, when you look behind and you see the pyramids and they built a stadium. They've got a ring. I mean, I just think this is sensational.
It's a fantastic backdrop, and I am very honored to be part of this boxing history.
Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, I feel like this is someone who's almost rose to stardom in the last 4 or 5 years. You think of those big wins against Dubois, AJ, and most certainly Tyson Fury. I think without doubt the pound-for-pound #1 and one of the all-time great heavyweights. He seems to be getting better, and that's hard to say because he's 39. He should be on the back. He should be on the back nine to lose a gold frame. How good is Oleksandr Usyk for you?
Beyond good. He's just not a great fighter because of this time. He would have been a great fighter in any era. I spent 7 to 8 training camps with him in Ukraine, USA, everywhere. And this guy, man, when I tell you, from his spirituality, from how hard he worked, from how he looked out for the people that he also want to work hard that's around him. He has all the attributes to be everything that he is, the best fighter in the world. And usually, I want to say this, Adi, usually the heavyweight champion of the world is not really considered probably the most technically sound fighter in the world. Oleksandr Usyk is the heavyweight champion in the world, but he's also the best fighter and the best boxer in the world.
I almost felt like a lot of those attributes you used to describe Usyk, you could use to describe Rico as well. Seems to be a great guy, seems to be a gentleman, but once he gets into the squared circle, something flips, and he almost turns into a bit of a killer like Oleksandr Usyk. Tell us a bit about Rico.
Rico has a 10-year undefeated streak in glory. Beforehand, it was more on the winning side, some losses there, but it seemed like something clicked. He got his game together. He started training with the Furies, started boxing heavy. and getting the wins. Also facing adversity in his fights, coming back from adversity, and just growing as a fighter. And his career is beautiful. Actually done in kickboxing. Kickboxing, yeah, didn't bring any more challenges. That brings him here to the boxing. And yeah, really big mountain to climb in Usyk. But when I look at him and you hear him speak, he's very confident. His training camp went very well. So expect to see a very strong Rico Verhoeven.
What a place to climb a mountain as well, very quickly. Look, both of them very experienced. Both of them have been doing their own sport since they were knee-high. Surely they have to take a big, deep breath when they see this, when they come out. These are guys that are used to doing arenas and stadiums, not this.
Yes, and you know, you're right about that, Adi, but I'm so impressed with both of these guys' demeanor, especially Rico, because, you know, every level he's been at in kickboxing, he's never been at this level in boxing, and he's definitely never faced a fighter like Oleksandr Usyk. But his demeanor, he has had a calm demeanor, an even demeanor all week long, and that could be nerves, that could be, that's just really who he is. But we're going to see tonight when he get in there with the best fighter in the world, because this can be considered just another day at the office for Usyk, because he's been at this level so many times.
Save your good stuff, guys. We have a long night tonight. All right, it's not just Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. Come with me, Mr. Cameraman, from 8 p.m. We start here. Daniel Lapin, part of Usyk's training camp, takes on Benjamin Mendes Tani. Lapin unbeaten, wanting to stay unbeaten. One of the best female fighters in the world, Mizuki Aruta, takes on Mai Solomon. That's a great fight. WBO super flyweight title on the line. Frank Sanchez, you got to have another heavyweight fight in every card from he takes on the unbeaten Richard Torres. Winner of that one could be in line to fight Oleksandr Usyk as well. Shakram Gyasov versus Jack Cattrall. This one could be elevated to a world title because a certain Rolly Romero has said enough is enough. This is a world title fight. Hamza Shiraz taking on Alan Begic. Unbeaten versus unbeaten. As they say, someone's O has got to go. And then obviously Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven in arguably the greatest backdrop we've ever seen in boxing. But it isn't just that, we have some prelims for you as well, just to kind of get the juices flowing a little bit. But also, don't forget, remember, sign up to DAZN Ultimate. It's the best way to watch all the boxing, not just what we've got coming up tonight, but all the boxing we've got coming up in the next few months on DAZN, and there is plenty. All right, let's remind you of the undercard as well. These are the prelims. Haikal versus Kabaleya. Haikal, by the way, claim to fame at the moment is his dad as an amateur beat Oleksandr Usyk and Gennady Golovkin. He's looking to make his own way in boxing. Marbuk versus Seren Kuma. Good one, Marbuk. This is his professional debut. Local man, Egyptian. He's going to have the crowd on his side. Al-Hamad takes on Impra. And then Mamdou versus Tali. Tali, an unbeaten American, 6-0, looking to really take a big leap in his career in the next 12 to 18 months. Those are your prelims. Main card starts at 8, but we're ready to get things going here tonight. So let's throw it down to one of the best voices in boxing, Mr. Todd Grisham.
Thank you for the kind words, Ade. And how about this, ladies and gentlemen? An iconic venue. It's going to be an iconic night. A total of 10 fights on the card, including 4 prelims. And right out of the gate, we've got the professional debut of Egyptian fighter Omar Haikal taking on Michael Kalea-Lea.
Live worldwide on DAZN. Let's first welcome to the ring from Tanzania, Michael Kalea-Lea.
Michael Kalea-Lea, been a pro since 2017, only 1 win in his last 4 fights. Does have a draw, and that was in his last contest, but he should be they want to give some competition to Haikal, who's making his professional debut, but not too tough of a competition. They expect Haikal to win this, but we'll see how Michael Kalea-Lea performs. And I can tell you this, he'll never fight on a stage as big as this, no matter how successful his career is. The pyramids in Egypt, incredible. 3 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws for the Tanzanian, who's 32 years old.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Egypt, Omar Haikal.
Omar Heikel, he's got that look of confidence in his eye, and you got to believe he got that from his father. He has boxing in his DNA, the son of Egyptian boxing legend Muhammad Heikel, who's a standout amateur legend. In fact, had wins over Gennady Golovkin and twice beat Oleksandr Usyk. That's right, beat Usyk twice in the span of 5 months, 20 years ago, back in 2006. But what a moment that must have been. But here comes his son, Omar Heikel, making his professional debut in his home country in front of the pyramids. What a moment for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glory in Giza. It's World Championship Boxing from the Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Brought to you by Ring Magazine, Sella, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Gold Star Promotions, and Ready to Fight. Along with their great sponsors, White Bit, Scary Movie, Box Raw, and Just Eat. We get things started with 4 rounds scheduled in the middleweight division. All bouts sanctioned by the Saudi Boxing Commission, along with the Egyptian Professional Boxing Association. The judges are Nawaf El-Mohammed, Diana Drews Milani, and Dan Rex Taptason. Our referee in charge will be Don Tehran. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with gold and weighed in officially at 160.2 pounds. Coming to us from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, he brings a professional record consisting of 3 wins, 4 defeats, 2 draws. One of his 3 wins comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Kalia. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with silver and weighed in officially at 161.1 pounds. Hailing from Cairo, Egypt, he is making his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Omar Heikel.
Boxers, obey my commands all the time. No rabbit punches, kidney punches, or below the bed. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, go back to corners. Good luck.
Never quite seen a stare down like that. More of a back fist instead of a face-to-face. But either way, Omar Heikel about to take on Michael Kalia in Heikel's professional debut. By the way, tonight's broadcast available in dozens of languages, including Arabic, Spanish, English, Dutch, German, you name it. We've got you covered. Go to DAZN.com for more information. Todd Grisham and Malik Scott here ringside for this 4-rounder.
Yes, what's up, Todd? How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Nice start to the show, by the way, up there with Ade.
Omar is a southpaw, and I could tell right now, and he's basically waiting for his opponent to overcommit. But he's doing that going forward. Usually when these guys want their opponent to overcommit, they are going backwards.
A lot of pressure on Omar Heikel. I was just speaking about his father's fantastic amateur resume where he beat Oleksandr Usyk twice.
Yes, and I think I said on the air yesterday, he didn't just beat Oleksandr Usyk twice, his father, but his father also beat Gennady Golovkin 2 times as well. So, I also said, I don't care what you do in the rest of your life. If you got 2 wins over each of those guys, you're very special.
You're right.
Yes.
Heikel trying to land that straight left hand. You would think maybe Kalia, knowing that Heikel's making his pro debut, might want to push him back, try and be a little aggressive. Yeah. But instead, he's on that back foot.
I see Omar finally got one of the left hands over. It wasn't the extended one that he won. And something else he's doing good that I like, Todd, he's actually putting the left hand out there as a feint, as he's just showing it as a decoy so he can actually load up his right hook.
And you know the expectations are high when you've got the Ring Magazine logo and Riyadh Season logo on your trunks for your debut.
Yes, that's a real stamp on you, especially as a young fighter.
Both men being very cautious body shot with the left hand.
Good body shot. He felt that as well.
See now, Kalea is dropping that right hand down to protect himself. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, and something he's doing already. He know he hurt the guy, but he shouldn't get too over. He shouldn't overcommit too much already. And he's going with the same shot over and over. I believe since he hurt the guy to the body, he should probably bring it back to the head, his attack, then go back down to the body. He went with the same shot 3 times in a row.
Under a minute to go here in round 1, scheduled for 4. Abel Sanchez in the corner for Omar Heikel. Another visual that you see that makes you think this guy could be the real deal, and he's got Kalea bouncing around a little bit.
Yes, and when you're up there in Big Bear training with Abel Sanchez, one thing you're going to get is great sparring. You're going to get drilled, and one thing about Abel is he's going to test your character spiritually as well as physically. He's a great coach. And I like what Omar is doing here. No matter what, he's putting the pressure. He continues to push the opponent back, but he should switch up his attack. He keep going with the long left uppercut to the body because he landed it one time, but I think he switch it up and start coming up with the right hook to the head. He kind of landed it right there. He needed to do that more.
Yeah, and he's putting so much behind it, it gives Kalea a little more time to react to it. So the first professional round in Omar Heikel's career is in the books.
Watch the back of the head, okay? Watch the back of his head, okay? Don't be hitting him back here. Okay, now, you hit him real well here. Now change it up here. Okay, now throw it up on top, right? Watch it. You understand?
Careful with the back of the head.
Good. Don't hit him in the back of the head. When he turns on, use the other hand. Okay? Deep breath. Deep breath. Use the other hand when he comes back to you.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Round 2 between Omar Heikel from Egypt and Michael Kalea from Tanzania.
Ty, one thing I would like to see Omar do is, you know, from a southpaw standpoint, let's see what your jab is like. He's so ready to load these body shots. You can see he's decoying there with one hand, but you don't see him getting to the target with his jab. He should do that a lot more. He's not jabbing at all. He's looking for the big shot, and that's because he wants to put on a big performance. But do it behind your jab. Set it up. You know what I mean? Earn the stoppage. Earn the knockout the good way.
Yeah, he's trying to land that one big shot instead of peppering him a little bit.
Yeah, it's no jabs at all.
Malik, what do you remember about your professional debut back in 1975?
Oh, wow, you said 1975. Actually, my pro debut was on the undercard of Lennox Lewis and David Tua.
Wow,
yes,
what a rush.
Yes, absolutely, and I got, I believe, a second-round knockout. I hit a guy with a right uppercut, caught him coming in, and caught him with a good counter. Omar is still going with the same. It's almost like he put in place, instead of a jab, his left uppercut. Look, there he is again, the left uppercut. All he has to do is put a jab, a few jabs in front of that same shot, and it will land. But he's just like going almighty gung-ho, just trying to get that one big shot. And he's doing that because he landed it early, and he liked the response that he get. There we go again, same shot. Same shot. Now, he may get away with this opponent, but other guys will start seeing that you're making the same, you're doing the same patterns over and over again, and they'll capitalize off of it.
Yeah, it's like in football, the team's running the same play over and over again. You're going to figure it out.
Absolutely. And his opponent here, he should actually be making him pay with some counters in between that. He's doing the same shot over and over. I'm really waiting for Omar to start jabbing. I want to see the jab from a southpaw standpoint. You can tell he has good attack. The attack is there, the morale is there, but the system of putting everything behind the jab is just an empty space for that. There's no jabs before none of his offense.
He's probably got the mentality, look, if I can hit him with this shot one more time to the body, I think I can drop him, and I get a knockout in my pro debut.
Yes, and he could do the same exact thing behind the jab. He could still get the knockout behind the jab, though, because if he was to use the jab a lot more time, it would make the other guy forget about the left uppercut. Like, you know what I mean? But it's really only one thing he had to defend from, and that's the left uppercut. And then he gets so close with it and overcommit that he put himself in a position to be clinched. And when the guy is able to clinch him, that's not a good thing for him, but that's making the fight go on a lot more longer. Same left uppercut, no jab before it. Same left uppercut, no jab before it. Now, I don't want you to think what I'm saying, Ty, like he may get away with this opponent, continue to do the same patterns over and over, but as he get better and get more mature and continue to listen to Abel Sanchez, I'm sure they're going to clean that up and start putting the jab, you know, a lot more times before his offense.
Well, if you were in Kalealea's corner, what would you be telling him to do, knowing that that left uppercut is coming every time?
I would say start throwing your offense through the center of it. He should actually invite that left uppercut and throw his straight right hand.
Nice flurry there from Heichel.
Yes, he wants to knock out bad, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yes. That's that young lion energy right there. He want to put on the show. He's in Egypt. It's a great card, and he's trying to make a statement. But I believe he can make the statement behind an educated right hand. In this case, he's a southpaw.
An aerial view here of the ring that was built just this week.
It's incredible here, man. Incredible. I love this ring. It's not too big. It's not too small. You can box in it, but you also can fight toe-to-toe in it as well.
So he knows this one's coming. Give me a left hook with it. Give me a feint.
You see, even Abel just said he knows this one's coming. You know, let's switch it up because there's no jab. There's no jab, you know, before the offense or anything like that. Even Abel is basically saying the same thing I'm saying. Like, he know that one's coming. Switch up your offense. Switch up your attack. I want to see if he adapt, make the adjustments, and do it this round.
Seconds out, round 3.
All right, Omar Heichel, Michael Kalealea, round 3 scheduled for our opening fight of the night here from next to the pyramids. Giza. Good left hand that time.
Yep. And it was straight. It wasn't under that time as well.
Well, to be fair, Kalealea is just not doing much offensively that time. You could see Heichel just had to react to what was in front of him. He threw a better punch as he just got caught a little bit there with right hand.
And that was with the straight shot because he keep going with that left uppercut, that long left uppercut from a southpaw, saying it leaves you open for a straight right hand. There's a jab. See, he's walking straight in. He kind of got caught there, but he also caught. Good hook.
Kalealea dropped his hands and then got dropped to the canvas.
And it wasn't even with the shot that he was throwing all the time. He switched it up and threw the right hook.
6, 7.
I don't think he wants to get up, Malik.
No, he's pretty much done.
And that's it. Omar Heichel in his professional debut in his home country in front of the pyramids gets a knockout.
Yes, he got the knockout that he wanted. And you could tell that he wanted it from round 1 because he was hunting with the same shot over and over.
Don't all pros want to get a knockout in their debut?
Absolutely. And if they tell you they don't, they're lying, Todd.
So things did change a little bit there in the third, but I think it was Kalealea who kind of forced the issue on Heichel, and that's when he stepped up and just kind of did what came naturally, it seemed like.
Yes, but more importantly, Todd, what he did, what I really believe he did, he took Abel Sanchez's advice. When Abel Sanchez told him he already knew you're going to throw that left uppercut, switch it up, switch up the offense. And that right there, that stoppage came from the right hook. So the main shot that he was going with, that wasn't even the shot that got him the knockout. It was when he switched, made the adjustment, and threw the right hook, as you can see right there. And the opponent went down, and and he's going to get better and better, especially as long as he stick with Abel, them hard training camps up there in Big Bear, California, and it's going to make him a better fighter.
So, you know, Pop's got to be proud of his son as Omar Heichel improves to 1-0 with 1 knockout. And a reminder, later tonight, the 2025 Ring Magazine Female Fighter of the Year, Mizuki Haruta, puts her WBO World Super Flyweight title on the line against Egyptian Mai Solomon. If you haven't already, buy Glory in Giza now at DAZN.com/boxing. All right, Thomas Triber is in the ring and is going to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 55 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Don Tehran, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of knockout and successful in his professional boxing debut, Omar Heichel.
Salute to Omar Heichel, as he is now 1-0. Hey, that stat's wrong there. 1-0 with 1 knockout. The first of 10 fights on the card. And, of course, the coup de grace, Rico versus Usyk. The buildup has been great all week here in Cairo.
You expect to beat Oleksandr Usyk May 23rd? Of course.
We'll see.
For me, coming in as a kickboxer is something that he hasn't seen before.
It's a fighter, it's a dangerous guy.
When he's here and there's another boxer in front of him, like, why do you expect to win? And why does everybody expect him to win? Because he always wins. And it's the same with me within kickboxing. I always won.
For me, doesn't matter it's a wrestler, kickboxer, but or boxer. My prepare, hungry person.
So he knows everything about the sport, but not about the sport of kickboxing.
We're training hard every day.
Everybody expects him to. But yeah, let's see if he can. The 23rd of May, the light's gonna shine on both of us, but at the end of the fight, only one of us is gonna be in the light. So may the best one win.
May the best man win indeed. Usyk versus Rico is available to watch in full on platform right now. Just head to the locker room section of the app where you also find a new episode of Inside the Ring. That's every Monday. And also dropping this Monday will be Raw. It's an exclusive behind the scenes look at tonight's unique event in Giza. Which looks incredible as we continue to build up to Usyk versus Rico. Remember, we're free to air right now, but the main card will only be available on pay-per-view. Just buy now at DAZN.com, or you can get our ultimate package where you can enjoy a minimum of 12 pay-per-views on top of an unrivaled schedule of fight nights on DAZN. All right, as you can imagine, on a night like this, social media is lighting up, and across it all, for all of us, she's been throughout the week, is Jolie Sharp.
You called it, Ade. We've had all angles covered this week, and tonight is going to be no different. I mean, right now, I'm standing on the very hot red carpet where all of our VIP guests are going to be arriving. So trust me, you do not want to miss the behind the scenes. Head to our socials at DAZN Boxing. But that's not all. Fans at home, we've got you covered. Go to the DAZN app, select Fan Zone. You're going to be able to vote on your winners, score the fights in real time, and ask our incredible panel any of your questions. Trust me, it's going to be an unforgettable night.
I hope she's wearing her trainer, so she's going to be very, very busy. A few superstars will be in attendance tonight as well. All right, let's continue the action. Let's throw it down once again to Todd Grisham for our second fight of the night.
All right, another fight and another professional debut as the sun is back out from behind the clouds. It's the pro debut of Egyptian Mohamed Mubarak as he'll take on Uganda's Ali Serunkuma. Here's Thomas Triber.
Let's now welcome to the ring from Uganda, Ali Serunkuma.
Serunkuma hasn't boxed since January of 2023, over 3 years ago, but the last fight was the best win of his pro career. 6-round points win over the previously undefeated Aman Duku. Serunkuma, 2 wins, 3 losses, and a draw. And you know, Malik, right now he's got to be like, this is the most surreal moment of my life.
Yes, and what I like about fights like this, Todd, is that this guy, you can look at his record and say, well, he lost this many times, he won this many times, but if you are making your pro debut against a guy like this, I think the best way to look at it is like, I'm going in there fighting a guy that's been in the ring 6 times, 4 or 5, whatever it is that his record is. He's been in the ring 4 or 5 times already, more than, we'll say, the opponent that he's faced was making his pro debut. So yeah, a statement is here to be made, but you're doing this against someone that has professional experience.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Egypt, Mahmoud Mubarak.
Let's see if another young Egyptian can pick up a win in their professional debut. The Egyptian Boxing Federation trying to take a new generation of fighters to the top with the help of Riyadh Season. And Mubarak is one of them. He reached the final of the 2022 Arab Youth Championship and was beaten in the final. So a pretty good amateur background. Let's see how he is as a pro.
Yes, and he said something yesterday that I thought a bit appealing. He said, I'm going to show everybody the good boxing. And that basically means that he's coming to make a statement. And I also believe he's also training up at Summit Gym, Big Bear, California, with a great coach, Abel Sanchez. So I love the development that these fighters, especially the ones that's coming from Egypt, that they're going over there, they're making a sacrifice to go and train with a great coach. And not just that, when you're up in Big Bear, you're sacrificing time, lifestyle, everything. So we're going to see all this hard work pay off here in this pro debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super lightweight division. Brought to you by Ring Magazine, Sella, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Gold Star Promotions, and Ready to Fight, along with their great sponsors, Whitebit, Scary Movie, Box Raw, and Just Eat. The judges are Nawaf Al-Mohamid, Mikael Hook, and Manuel Oliver Palomo. Our referee in charge will be Andrei Shevelov. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing green and white and weighed in officially at 141.5 pounds. Coming to us from Kampala, Uganda, he brings a professional record consisting of 2 wins, 3 defeats, and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ali Sarunkuma! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with gold and weighed in officially at 138.9 pounds. Hailing from Alexandria, Egypt, he is making his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mahmoud Mubarak.
Okay, gentlemen, we have been orders in dressing room. I don't want to see any rapid punches. Protect yourself at all times. Touch those bad chickens, good luck.
All right, we are in the super lightweight division. Let's see if Mahmoud Mubarak can join Omar Hakil and pick up a win in their pro debuts, back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm sure Mahmoud is coming to make a statement.
Seconds out, round 1.
Oh, he came jumping out
right
of that corner.
Yes, as I was saying it. Yes, he came right out and willing to impose his guy. He went right up into a high guard.
So many different countries being represented on the card tonight. Obviously, Egypt. We've got Uzbekistan, United States, Germany, the UK, Tanzania, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia. The list goes on and on.
Yes, boxing is a real international sport, and this card right here really put the stamp on it and explains it all in one. But I like what Mahmoud is doing now. He's going to the body already. I love when I see young fighters do that. They don't go head hunting. He's stepping to his opponent with his hands up properly.
Well, I mentioned that Mubarak had success as an amateur. What do you think is the biggest difference, besides obviously the equipment, in amateur pro boxing that guys struggle to kind of learn at the beginning?
That they could take their time. In amateur boxing, you don't really have that kind of time, and you can't really fight like a professional, because even in his pro debut, I'm not sure if this is a 4-rounder or a 6-rounder, but he has so much more time, or 4-rounder, so he has so much more time than he would in the amateurs. And he's training like a professional.
That was right on
That's
the
a real
ear.
knockdown, yes.
I thought it was too, Malik.
Yes. Oh, no, that was a real knockdown. He hit him right on the ear, I believe, with a right hand.
Let's see how he responds now. Going to try and jab Mubarak away from him. That's going to be his form of defense right now.
Good feint. He's feinting good, even though he has his opponent hurt. That's a very good sign in a young fighter.
And again.
Yes, he went with an overhand. Oh, I love that. No silent agreements right there. He's not allowing his opponent to clinch him.
And Sarunkuma, you could tell, leans to his right, and that's perfect for Mubarak to come down and clip him on the temple.
With that right hand. This right here, Todd, this is where I get most impressed at with young fighters, and I want to speak on it. If you ever want to know the maturity of a young fighter, just look at how they act when they have their guys hurt. Do they go to the body? Do they technique get wild? Do they come ultimately out of character? And right now he has his opponent hurt. He just got a good knockdown, and he's kind of taking his time, and he's not going just so wild and losing the sense of his all technique. He's going back to his jab, good hook. He's not just overcommitting because he's got his opponent hurt.
Kuma at least trying to get his, as they say, being offensive, but he doesn't have any knockouts in his young career, so not really a power guy.
Good hook right there.
I like the footwork I'm seeing from Mubarak. Not just
Good
standing
liver
right
shot,
in
and
front
then
of
he
him.
came with the hook after the liver shot. See, right now is where he needs to calm down. He done missed his big shots, especially the shots that he got his knockdown with. So now just go back to your jab. The jab set all of that back up for you, but these young fighters, they just want to get a knockout, especially on this type of card. They want to make a statement, so sometimes they throw, caution to everything and say, I'm going to get back to the big shots. The jab is key. An educated left hand can get you everything in the world that you want to get, but you got to get back to it, especially when you have your opponents hurt.
You're trying to knock him out with one shot. I don't want to see that. Okay? I don't want to see that. I want to put your punches together, okay? Okay? A good jab, put your punches
See,
together.
Abel Sanchez was saying he don't even want to see him opening up too much. He want him to get back to his jab.
And there was that right hand that landed on
knockdown.
That
yes.
is a textbook knockout.
And the ref didn't even count. He didn't see it, but it definitely was a knockdown. He caught him on the ear, knocked his equilibrium off right in the moment. Yeah, it don't get no more than a knockdown than that. And of course, the physical push kind of added on to it, but he was hurt before that happened. Always love when I see these young fighters also making eye contact with their trainers. Their eyes are not all over the place when they're receiving instructions. It's always a good sign.
Well, when you got somebody like Abel Sanchez talking in your ear, you better listen.
Absolutely. Abel don't take no crap.
Round 2.
So the first two fighters of the night are trained by Abel Sanchez. We've also seen with Muhammad Al-Akil, the young Saudi Arabian fighter. So a lot of trust in the Middle East with Abel Sanchez to take these guys over where he can turn them from prospects to contenders. Why do you think they chose him out of all the trainers they could have gone with?
Because Abel Sanchez besides him being a good coach, he actually have a good system as well. Well, what do I mean by he have a good system? He has a training area that these fighters can go and sacrifice their lifestyle. They can sacrifice staying away from family, distractions, or anything. And the cherry on top of all of that time is Abel is an incredible coach.
Good right
hand straight down the pipe is okay.
Right down the pipe with the left to the body.
What I like the most what he did there, he went with the hook to the body after landing the straight right hand. He didn't just continue to go with the right hand and go with the right hand. He switched up his attack.
And I like Kuna being aggressive as well. He's landed some punches here in round 2.
And Ty, what I was saying about Abel Sanchez, he's incredible at developing fighters, especially come forward fighters. He's very good at it. So I totally understand why these guys want to go over to Big Bear with Abel Sanchez and develop their skills.
Yeah, you need more of a teacher than a trainer, so to speak.
Absolutely, and Abel is all of the above.
Especially from some of these countries that aren't known for being strong in professional boxing. For some reason, they just can't make the transition. The throws in a right hand there from Kuma.
Yes.
Mubarak's got to be careful.
Real good right hand.
You heard Abel Sanchez in the corner telling Mubarak, I don't want to see these one-punch knockout-type blows. Set everything up with the jab.
And Mubarak need to get his chin down a bit, too, especially when he's going in with his attack. His chin is a little bit, he got hit with a right hand there because his chin is up. And that's a subconscious thing. Sometimes fighters aren't aware that their chin is up. They think their chin is down, but it's never how you feel. You always have to exaggerate your safety. And what do I mean by that? If you feel like your chin is down, put it down more, especially when these punches is coming at you.
Nice right hand followed by a left hook here from Mubarak, who's now yelling like a tennis player with every shot.
He just got hit with a good jab, a good center jab right there that knocked his balance off a bit.
Pretty competitive round 2 here, as Ali Kuma is putting up some resistance.
Yes, sir. Kuma is not taking, he didn't get the memo. He's in here trying. He's in here fighting. Going to the body with both hands.
That left hook could have been dangerous.
Good. Landed a good 2-1 right there. He switched up his own attack, not the 1-2. He went with the 2-1.
And it does, other than build confidence, it doesn't do much for a fighter making his pro debut if he just goes in there and blasts the guy out. Mubarak's learning on the job here. This guy is teaching him some things.
Absolutely, and that's why I said early, I love when young fighters that's making a pro debut, they go in with fighters, possibly with a losing record, but that losing record means that you're going in with someone that's been in a professional ring longer than you and more times than you. And he's learning in here tonight.
Let's watch some of these exchanges.
Yeah, chin is up. right there in the center. And Ali could have actually had his eyes closed and landed that right hand because Mordok's chin is just right there for an overhand right.
Thank you, brother.
I would even like to see Sarah Kuma come out and get to a jab. He had a good round right there, I would say. Come back out this round right here and set everything up behind an educated left hand. I mean, the jab don't have to be hard. It just have to be a distraction so he can let, land some more of his offense.
Seconds out, round 3.
All right, round 3 scheduled for 4. This is super lightweight division. Just joining us, Mahmoud Mubarak making his professional debut, fighting out of Egypt, taking on Uganda's Ali Sarankuma. It's been a pretty competitive contest, although you got to believe Mubarak did win the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I would say Ali really put up a good effort in the second round, though. He landed some good shots, but Mubarak is coming back now, and I'm sure he's really going with that left hook. And what he's doing with that left hook, he's trying to slip the jab and then come with it. He's actually loading his left hip up so he can land a real crushing left hook like he did there. He actually missed it, but that's the shot that he wants to land. See, like right there. But if he was to slip to his left, he would slip the jab and then come with that hooker to be a much more powerful hook.
Nice right hand there. Sarankuma.
Yeah, that's the second or third good right hand that he landed.
Mubarak. Now, I was going to say he's been kind of allowing Sarankuma to come to him, but that was not the case on that exchange.
Mubarak need to get to a good jab. Like he's throwing every shot except the jab. He's throwing overhand rights, overhand lefts, uppercuts. Get back to a jab to distract your opponent from knowing about all those other weapons you have. That's it, throw your jab.
It sounds so easy. Why are fighters kind of reluctant to do that sometimes?
Especially on these big cards, Todd, and they're young and they just want to get these. They want the knockout like all fighters do, so they sometimes throw caution to anything that can come across technically sound. But the technical part is sometimes will get you the big knockouts or your greatest performance. And that wouldn't even be considered like extremely technically sound. Like, I'm just saying, like, get to a jab, throw your jab. See, those type of shots will land if you would put a jab before it first. Because he's telegraphing it, and if you're throwing a big shot like that without a jab, you have to telegraph it if you wanted to have power on it, and that allows your opponent to see it.
Nice right hand.
Straight right hand down the pipe.
Sarankuma walks right into that one. I would assume that would be your advice for Rico as well against Usyk, right? Work off the jab, keep him away.
Yes, and also I think Rico, consider he's fighting Usyk, who's an incredible feint master. I think Rico should actually be the one that come out there feint.
Oh, nice left hand for Sarankuma, and that buckled Mubarak, who's learning on the job quickly here.
Right on the button with the left hook.
Wow. Good moment there for Sarankuma.
A good overhand right. Switch up. He should switch up the attack down. Don't throw another overhand right. Go with another shot. There you go.
Let's see how Sarankuma, or excuse me, how Mubarak reacts to all this. Wow. That is aggressive refereeing there.
Immediately, right?
And that probably negates a round that Sarankuma was winning because of that power shot. A devastating point for the Ugandan.
I thought that was a bit premature.
I don't even remember it really being warned.
Warned, yes, me neither. I think he did one time. He did one time, but it was just
caught him again.
Uppercut
followed by left.
Yes.
Sarankuma showed up in round 3.
Yes, he's doing enough, but I don't think he's winning the rounds. But what he is doing is giving a gallant effort. He's in the fight, but I believe he's learning a lot from Ali with this fight right here. I believe he's learning a lot. A much more experienced guy professionally, and he's paying his dues and he's listening to Abel Sanchez. But this round should be a lot more of a better round, and I'm just praying that he get back to the jab. I can't even say get back to the jab, Todd, because in these first 2 fights, these guys aren't even going to the jab. Well, that is excessive holding, as you can see right there.
But that happens 100 times a fight in heavyweight division. I mean, you got these little guys. He doesn't even really give them a warning. That's it, and that's that.
Yeah, well, it was one warning, but I think like it still was a bit premature. Like the second time, he could have went and gave him another warning and let him know that if it happens again.
Well, that's where you go with the hard warning. I mean, you say, hey, no holding, and say it 50 times, but you go, listen, if you hold again, I'm going to take a point.
The next time should be a point taken, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Seconds out, fourth and final round.
Well, I tell you what, Mubarak can't take this fight for granted because Serenkuma has rocked him a couple times.
Yes, he's in it. He's in it. And he's taking initiative. Like right there, he came out and started jabbing through a double jab. He's taking initiative and basically letting him know that I'm not here, you know, to stick to no script. He's in there throwing bad intention punches, double jab, straight right hands. He got to keep his chin down with the offense, though. He can get caught.
Left hook again. And I tell you what, Mubarak is kind of losing all his form and technique. He got clipped with another left hand. He's trying to turn this into a street fight, Malik. And that's not a good idea.
If he don't be careful, the type of statement that he wants to make, it may be made on him. He got to get his chin down, and he have to stop getting so wild when he has this guy hurt. When he get this guy hurt, he should actually go long with his punches. Go with the long double jab than the long right hand.
Either way, Uganda's got to be proud of Ali Serenkuma, who didn't just show up to get a paycheck.
Didn't just show up at all. He didn't get the memo. He did not get the memo. He's putting a good effort in on himself.
But this is certainly a learning fight for Mubarak.
And that's what these type of fights is for. Like you learn off of these, I'm sure, you know, seeing him 3-4 fights from now, I won't be saying he should jab. I won't be saying he should be so wild. And that come from with good development behind you like Abel Sanchez is. So I'm sure they're going to, you know, get back in the lab and, you know, fix these things that we're talking about tonight.
And I think you'll agree, sometimes these younger fighters, when they do get clipped with a point, think, I've got to get it back right now. I've got to go get him. Instead of, if you're a little more seasoned, you go, okay, he got me, but let me wait for my opportunity to when I can get him instead of forcing the issue.
Right, but it seemed like he forced the issue immediately as soon as it came out, as if that got to him, that point being deducted. And that right there, that's a good thing. That just shows morale, that shows good spirit, and that shows competitiveness.
It's the final minute of the fight as Mubarak lands a right hand. Shaky moments, though, here for the Egyptian. It's against a guy that does not have a pro knockout on his record. There's a couple jabs. Serenkuma.
Yeah, Serenkuma is, in my opinion, Todd, he's throwing more jabs.
He's certainly winning this round and probably would have won the third had it not been for the point deduction.
Definitely in this fight. He's definitely in this fight. And I would actually like to see him pick it up more. Yes, yes. I would like to see him go up and down with this offense, switch it up. Even there, in the clinch right there, pull your hands out and fight.
Right uppercut there from Mubarak as we approach the final 10 seconds of this fight.
Mubarak loves that overhand right, and he probably landed on 3 of them the whole night. Maybe 4. So that means I won't stop saying he had to get back to his jab and set up his offense. I would have been a lot more impressed, and I'm sure Abel Sanchez is going to fix that. That's what Abel will do.
All right, let's jump into some highlights from this fight. Mubarak versus Serenkuma. Good right there.
Good right hand by Mubarak right there. And then after that, he pulled back when he should have pushed the attack a little bit more, pushed the envelope, went for the stoppage. That's another thing. He was going for the stoppage at times, but he was going for it like just so wild. I can't wait to see this kid again because I'm looking forward to the development that Abel Sanchez is going to do and make him a much better fighter.
Don't forget, we have some mouth-watering clashes coming for you later tonight, including Jack Catterall versus Shakram Giza and a showdown for the vacant WBA World Welterweight title. If you haven't already, buy Glory in Giza now at DAZN.com/boxing. Who do you have in that fight, Malik?
Well, I was talking to my friend earlier, and I told him my opinion about the fight, and he gave me a whole different perspective. For who I have in the fight, I'm going for Catterall. I think he has everything besides a world title, and I think tonight is his time to, if he wants to complete his legacy and complete the story of him, he got to win tonight.
Here's Thomas Triber with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Mikhail Hook scores it 38-37. And both judges, Nawaf Al-Mohamid and Manuel Oliver Palomar, are in agreement. They both scored the same, 42-35, all for your winner by unanimous decision. And successful in his pro debut, Mahmoud Mubarak.
All right, so he got the job done. Had the point not been taken away, one judge saw it even, but the right man won.
Yes, the right man won, but I understand the judge that saw it even, because even the rounds that could have went either way, you just didn't really know. And like I said, fights like this, I'm looking forward to see Mubad back with Abel Sanchez, because I'm going to be looking forward to corrections they're going to be making on those mistakes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 2 fights down, 2 to go here on our prelims as we're counting down to our main event tonight, which features the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, who knows no limits.
The prince of kickboxing.
I've conquered everything within the sport of kickboxing.
The most dominant heavyweight kickboxer in the history of the sport.
Undefeated in 10 years.
If ever there's a guy who likes to climb Mount Everest, it's Rico Verhoeven.
Rico Verhoeven.
Well over a decade without a loss, he's taken on all comers.
Facing the best, beating the very best.
He doesn't make mistakes, and he is addicted to being perfect.
Rico is not coming to make the numbers, he's coming to win.
Perfection, everything he seeks.
A huge amount of confidence and a huge amount of belief.
He's got the heart of a lion.
Dynamite in both hands, and hands like shovels.
This guy does not know how to lose.
Rico Verhoeven is a problem.
I think to be the very best at what you're doing, you have to be a little bit crazy.
Usyk's gonna have to be on his P's and Q's if he wants to beat Rico.
What a setting, and it's starting to get busy here already. Remember, main event card starts at 8 o'clock, just over an hour away, but the crowd want to experience this special event early, and I can't blame them. We are here in Egypt, we are here in Giza, we are here in the pyramids for a spectacular showdown between Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. And look who's joined me, Barry Jones and Darren Buck, part-timers today. Part-timers, not even doing the prelims. How'd you get that into your contract?
We've earned it.
You've earned a bit of a rest, boys.
That's right.
You have. This is spectacular. I mean, I almost feel like we started together.
Yeah.
We had season events, feels like years ago. And we knew it was going to grow into something. I didn't think we'd come here and be fighting in front of the pyramids, Barry.
No, it's. I mean, they keep making these things up, and you think that can't happen, and then 3 months later, you turn up and they're building a stadium right outside these pyramids here. I mean, one of the wonders of the world, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just, and luckily me and Darren got to walk there this afternoon. I got really close, got to touch it, and it's a bit of an experience,
Epic.
Darren.
I mean, unbelievable. You know, my dad always said to me, you get good at this sport, you travel the world, and I'm still doing it now. This is phenomenal. Well, not just for us working, but the fighters, to be involved in something like this. And even, you know, I'll go top of the bill, that all the places that Rico and Oleksandr have been, this is still a massive bucket list. To be able to do something like this is epic. And yeah, I mean, when you think you've seen it all in boxing, you come to somewhere like this.
I almost feel like every time the main event will almost overshadow the undercard. And look, Oleksandr Usyk, Rico Verhoeven, we understand. But it really is some good undercard fights as well. I do want to start with Jack Catterall. Take some Shakram Gearsov unbeaten as a welterweight. Barry, Jack Catterall, you know the story. Should have been, I think, undisputed at 140 pounds. He's now gone up 7 pounds, and he's going to almost chase a title another way. And this could be elevated to the real thing if he were to win tonight.
Yeah, it's another step closer for Jack Catterall, but it's a hard ask. And Gearsov is very, very good. Even though he doesn't have the experience of Catterall, I mean, he's boxed this weight for longer. He's a fantastic body puncher. People forget about that. And and even though sometimes he can be lazy, not going through the gears, he still has that skill to make you miss and make you pay. And even though Catterall is the master at that, we feel, he's up against a guy here who's almost equally as good, but probably a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I think Gearsov's a very good fighter, as Barry's pointed out. He's classy. He's got that little bit of fire in his eyes. He can switch off at times. He did that against Miguel Parra on the Santa Monica Pier, and I was a little bit underwhelmed, but I did feel there was more to come of him. I think he's a very good fighter, but we know what Catterall's all about. I think we see a new, improved version of him last time out. Are we going to see an aggressive Catterall again? It's going to be interesting. Swifty, what will he do? You know, what sort of techniques will he implement? But look, this is a massive opportunity, this, to be very close to realising your dream finally.
And that's interesting you mentioned Swifty there. Last time out against Eko Usman, it was Bozienis, and everyone thought it was really good, really aggressive. Let's see if Swifty can kind of maybe keep that momentum going. Hamza Shiraz, chief support against Alan Begic. Hamza Shiraz, who challenged for a world title at 160. I think most people the consensus is he might have lost that fight, got the draw, changed trainers, moved up to 168, knocked out Edgar Berlanga in 5 rounds.
Not just knocked him out, he totally dominated the fight. I think that's the story, more than knocking him out, because he has power. But he bullied him. And I think, Berlanga's a good fighter, and he made it look an easy night. And that's where, really, for the first time, all the potential of a superstar came to fruition, I think. And we have to be honest, this will be an easy touch for him tonight, if he's focused.
Famous last words.
It is, though, but, I mean, you've got to say what you've seen and what you go from. And I think, for me, on paper, he won't get an easier chance to fight to win a world title than tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, the aim, I guess, is, we did a presser a bit earlier, Canelo versus Christian Mbili. If you're Hamza Shiraz, and Canelo wants to continue, wants to stay busy, you have to get your name in the sweepstakes to fight Canelo. That means you have to, as he say, make it look easy tonight.
And I think he will. I think he'll put on a very good performance. I think he'll look spectacular. I look at Begic and I think he's not better than Hamza in any aspect. Don't get me wrong, he's tough, he's typically German, he's economical, his hands are high, but he's a little slow. He punches, he does have a dig on him, but at a level. I mean, Hamza Shiraz, with what potentially lies ahead, this is huge for him, and I expect him to really dig in and put in a good performance.
You mentioned you expect this to be easy work for Hamza Shiraz. Will it be easy work for Oleksandr Usyk, do you think?
We're selling the fight. No, not at all. He'll have loads of problems, lots of jeopardy in this fight. I think so. In heavyweight boxing, because of the power is so prevalent, then you're never quite sure. But, I mean, yes. You've got to say yes. The guy's had one fight. I know kickboxing is the closest thing to boxing, but it's not the same, because your feet are different. You square up to kick. I've done my research a little bit, so I don't know a lot about it, but enough to know that. And if you square up against Oleksandr Usyk, he's the master of finding angles of attack. So if you square up, you give him more options to hit you. So, and you might have a great chin, but when the punches are coming from the places you can't see, how do you defend against them?
The thing is, right, so with a lot of people that fight in these crossover fighters, Rico coming from kickboxing, he'll post some awkward, I guess, stylistically, implements, if you like. But how do you train? So though it might be difficult to train for a Rico, how do you train for an Alexander Usyk? So Rico does all the sparring with lots of fighters, but how do you train for an Usyk? That's where the issue is for me. Preparation is key. And how do you prepare for Alexander Usyk?
I love it. All the questions will be answered around midnight here tonight for that one. Alexander Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. Remember, that's part of the main card. You have to buy the pay-per-view. Just go to DAZN.com/boxing for that. All right, 2 more fights on the prelim. So let's throw it back downstairs once again to Todd Christian.
Thank you, gentlemen. Our 3rd prelim fight about to get underway, and that's the scene here in Giza. The main event, Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. The shadows of the 3 giant pyramids, tombs for the Egyptian pharaohs. The largest one in the middle called the Khufu, made out of limestone blocks, millions of them, as we get set for Sultan Al Muhammad from Saudi Arabia, taking on Indonesia's Didi Emprah. Here's Thomas Trier.
Let's welcome to the ring, from Indonesia, Didi Emprah.
Here comes Didi Emprah, turned pro back in 2020. Won his first two fights in his home country of Indonesia. But Malik, he's been KO'd in his last 5 fights in a row.
Yeah, and he's only had 1 knockout himself. So it's almost like, as far as the threatening power, is not going to be there. But Sultan, who he's fighting, is, I know we said the last 2 guys came to make statements, but Sultan is really coming to make statements. And I've seen him on a few undercards. Not to this magnitude, but great undercards, though.
Is the 39-year-old Didi Emprah the sacrificial lamb here tonight for Sultan Al Muhammad? We're about to find out. In fact, Emprah has not fought in over a year, back in March of 2025. So we'll see how much ring rust he has. But I think just going the distance in this fight would be a minor victory for him. Still, what a cool moment. Someone with a 2-5 record at the age of 39 does not expect to be on a grand stage like this.
On a card like this in Egypt, in front of the pyramids, on Usyk card, it's incredible. And I'm sure he's going to soak it up, but he's going to have to soak it up against a very good young opponent.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Saudi Arabia, the undefeated Sultan El Nino Al Mohammed.
We know this guy pretty well, Malik. He looked really good on the Fury Makhmudov undercard 6 weeks ago, mauling the hard Mexican Hector Lozano.
Yes, and he also fought on Benavidez Jardy card, and he also fought on the Terrence Crawford Canelo undercard. So, yeah, he may haven't fought on this level in Egypt in front of the pyramids, but he know what it feel like to get on a big card and have to perform and make a statement, and I'm sure he's going to do that tonight.
And again, the trainer is Abel Sanchez, who so far tonight is 2-0, but to me, this guy can be maybe a real prospect where the other guys will have to wait and see.
I would say out of all the guys, this is the guy I'm most impressed with that Abel trained from this young crop. He listens to Abel a lot better, and you guys are going to see he's a lot more patient. He's a lot more patient, but the reason that he's a lot more patient is because of what, Todd? Experience. He's been on these type of cards before. He had a good pedigree from the amateurs, not the best, but a good pedigree from the amateurs. And then at the beginning of his career, he has Abel Sanchez, so he's ready to go.
Nicknamed
Ladies
El
and
Nino.
gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by Ring Magazine, Sella, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Gold Star Promotions, and Ready to Fight. Along with their great sponsors, White Bit, Scary Movie, Box Raw, and Just Eat. The judges are Mikael Hook, Mateo Montella, and Olena Pobivailo. Our referee in charge will be Don Turan. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black trunks with white and weighed in officially at 125.7 pounds. Coming to us from Jakarta, Indonesia, he brings a professional record of 2 wins, 4 defeats, with one of his 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Danny Imbra! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing green, gold, and white, and weighed in officially at 127.8 pounds. Hailing from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, he is undefeated with 3 wins. 2 of his 3 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Sultan El Nino Al Mohammed.
Boxers, obey my commands all the time. No rapid punches, kidney punches, or below the belt. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, go back to corners. Good luck.
So Sultan Al Mohammed was actually spotted by Turki Al-Sheikh and joined the Mike Tyson Boxing Club. His Excellency loved what he saw as an amateur from Al Mohammed, and so far as a pro, Al Mohammed looking pretty good. Only 18 years old, looking for win number 4 as he takes on Didi Impra.
If he keep doing everything he's been doing and listening to Abel Sanchez, he's going to make a statement, another statement here tonight. His opponent here, his last 4 fights, he's been stopped. And Sultan is going to make it his business to make sure that it happened a 5th time.
By the way, I didn't know in the desert there were so many flies. I feel like we're being attacked. It's like the Lord of the Flies out here, Malik.
Todd, it's the mosquitoes, it's the flies. If people can only see us, you know, putting the fans in front of our face and everything out here.
Like we got windshield wipers in front of us.
I'm telling you, it's beautiful, but the flies is a mess.
The old fly in the ointment, as they say. Nevertheless, let's see what Sultan Al Mohammed can do, and you've got to believe he's thinking stoppage here.
Yes, he's feinting real good with his lead hand. Real good. Disposition feints. He's actually using his lead hand and kind of not pointing down with it, but feinting down because he wanted his opponent attention to go down. There he is. He did it again. Now, before you know, he's going to continue to do that. And
body shot, left hand, down goes Impra. I don't know if he's going to get up.
I seriously doubt he get up off that, and that was a good body shot, and it happened off some incredible feints. I was impressed, and we called it. Then we knew he was going to make a statement.
We did indeed, as Sultan Al Mohammed improves to 4-0 with 3 knockouts, and he's still just a teenager. And there's a big smile from Abel Sanchez. That's what he wants to see. No nonsense, get the job done. Sergio Mora loves to say body shots will make cowards of us all, Malik.
Absolutely, and there's nothing more sexier, Todd, than when the body shot is set up the right way. And he set that thing up the same way I believe Oleksandr Usyk is going to set up his win tonight, with feints, with level-changing feints. Feint down to eventually shoot up and then go back down to the body. Great job by Sultan.
Do you think if Usyk does stop Rico, it'll be with a body shot?
I believe some of the attack will be to the body, but I believe he would eventually, you know, stop him to the head or to the body. That was a crushing shot right there. He did it off the high guard. He kind of feinted one with the right hand and then a left hook right to the liver. Even if you want to stop that pain, you can't even fake that kind of pain. He really loaded up his left hip right there with a touch right hand and went with a beautiful liver shot. Great job, Sultan.
So the man who had a reported 45-3 amateur record is now unbeaten as a pro and seems to be, although this was a very short fight, seems to be getting better and better every fight, and that's what you want to see.
Absolutely, and I'm sure Abel Sanchez is very happy about that. Look, you can see he's smiling. And why is he smiling? He's not smiling just because his young fighter won. It's the way he did it. When you're a young fighter like this, it's not what you do to the competition, it's how you do it. And how he did it right now was nothing less than like a professional, a young professional. He should be real proud of himself to get a stoppage like that on this stage. It wasn't like a headshot or knockout. He got a stoppage to the body, a cringing shot.
Thomas Triber in the ring and makes it official, but first, I want to tell you what's coming up later tonight. Shiraz versus Benjit. Shiraz a big favorite in this fight, Malik. Do you think he gets a stoppage here?
Yes, and speaking of how you handle your opposition, this is a perfect example. A lot of us don't know Begic, but we know Shiraz. But we know what he should do tonight, because we know Canelo fight is coming up, and we know where he's aiming at. But if he want to get to where he's aiming at, he's going to have to handle his business in good deed tonight.
Well, Al Muhammad did what he should have done tonight with a first-round knockout. Now to Thomas Tribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute, 12 seconds of round number one. Your winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Sultan El Nino Al Mohammed.
Well, that'll do it for the prelims. Malik, which fighter impressed you the most?
Sultan impressed me the most, and I'm not shocked. I kind of figured that he would, but he did a great job. He set that body shot up with some lead and level-changing feints. I'm very happy about the performance.
Well, we're all expecting Oleksandr Usyk to do a great job tonight as he defends his world heavyweight title against Rico Verhoeven.
Oleksandr Usyk is the problem that no one can solve.
Olympic gold medalist.
He is the puzzle that no one can figure out. Nobody has been able to touch this guy.
He's a two-division undisputed world champion.
This isn't a guy who's washed up. This is a guy in his peak and in his prime.
I mean, this guy is an extraordinary sportsman.
He bullies the bully.
For my family, for my country. The Gypsy King is rattled!
Oleksandr Usyk is a perfect professional. You will never catch this guy sleeping. You have to get out of bed really, really early to catch him out.
Words of Tony there, a puzzle that can't be solved. No one has solved the puzzle yet. It's been a long time since Oleksandr Usyk lost a fight. You have to go way, way, way back in the amateurs. But in San, it's been a long time since Rico Verhoeven lost the fight as well. Tony Bellew finally decides to join us. Nice to see you here, Tony. Your suit's camouflaging in to the background. Tony, we've done loads of fights together, loads, for the last 6 or 7 years. I didn't ever think I'd be doing a fight with you in Egypt in the pyramids.
Listen, it's a fitting and a scenery worthy of a king, and the king of the heavyweights is now here. So this is what it is. It's just, it seems surreal, Adi. It seems surreal to have a fight here at the pyramids, one of the wonders of the world. It's just, it's crazy, but this is what Turki Al-Sheikh's done to boxing. He's made it a little bit crazy and extraordinarily fun.
I almost feel Usyk's almost got this aura about him where most fighters now genuinely believe they're going to lose. It's not like Mike Tyson where they were scared to fight him, but there's this feeling that Usyk's going to find a way to beat you. Does Rico have a mindset where he blocks that out? Because, again, I know it's a different discipline, Alistair, but he's not lost for 10 years. That's a lot of fights in 10 years to the point where he thinks he can't lose anymore.
Well, he's used to winning. He's created a pattern of winning, and I believe he's going to bring this confidence into this fight. Even though it's a different discipline, right? He's kickboxing before, now he's going into boxing, but he's been boxing with the Furies for the last 15 years. So I think his confidence is coming from training, from winning fights, weight advantage, and a fight is a fight. That's his mindset going into this. If I can just land one, I can land two, and then it's going to be mine.
Yeah. You said about weight advantage there. Not the biggest weight disparity between the two, because Usyk's put on a few pounds, 16 stone 9, which is career heaviest.
Yeah.
Is it getting a bit too heavy? I mean, I feel like Usyk relies on his feet, his speed, his endurance. Surely that starts to slow down when you add some pounds.
I seen him this morning, and he's solid. It's quite simple. So there's nothing. It's not like it's excess weight. I think he's gonna get in here tonight, and you'll see it's lean muscle that he's gained. And listen, it's not like he's gained this lean muscle overnight. It gradually came on, and it's came on over a 2 or 3 year period, Addy, of going through, you know, while he's been with the heavyweight. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued tonight, because for someone like Verhoeven, he's going to come in here with a style that, first of all, Oleksandr Usyk's never seen before. He'll come square on at certain times. He'll probably switch stances. There are things that will offset Oleksandr Usyk, but ultimately he will find that button, and he will set traps, and he will relay the mistakes to him. What I'm interested in, Alistair, you know Rico Verhoeven for quite some time. I've seen him now drop off punches to the head in a couple of fights that not so long ago. How do you feel that he's going to react and respond when he gets hit for the first time off a boxer?
I think, to be honest, he'll cover up, because that's a little bit what the kickboxing reflex is. You cover up, which is not a good thing in boxing, right?
The turtle shell that these guys tend to use is just hands up high, and I mean that can work in boxing, but with someone who's as precise as Oleksandr Usyk, that might be a problem.
It can work against him. So, but it's, for me, interesting to see the adjustments he's going to make if he gets rocked, also from round to round, and see the development of the fight.
One thing you've always said to me, Tony, when fighters want to continue, you said age will get them.
Yes.
Age will get them. Oleksandr Usyk's 39. He still looks very good, but ultimately 39 is 39. It's a young man's game. You tell me that as well. Could age get him if he continues and continues?
Chatting with him this morning and certain members of his team, I implored him to say that nowhere enough's enough, but he's in unbelievable shape. He's a consummate professional. We're not talking about a guy who's who's up and down with his weight in between fights. We're not talking about a guy who's partying like a maniac in between fights. This guy lives a diligent lifestyle. He's the perfect professional. But don't get me wrong, every dog has its day. Every fighter has a sell-by date, and if you surpass that and if you go over it, Alistair knows it goes on the distance of combat sports, boxing. All of these times, we all have our time. Do not overstay your welcome, because it will bite you on the backside. But he's in his prime right now, and nobody can touch him. And Rico's coming in here with no real pressure. Let's all be brutally honest here. There is no pressure on Rico Verhoeven, none whatsoever. He's expected to come here and be dazzled and taken apart. But he doesn't believe that, and Peter Fiore doesn't believe that, and that for me is the one hope that he's got to stick to. Peter Fiore is a boxing man. He knows the sport, and to take part in this and to back Rico all the way, that speaks volumes in my opinion.
Okay, there you go, right? Getting me excited, got the juices flowing for this one. Remember, the main card starts at 8 o'clock. This is the last prelim fight. To watch the main card, just go to DAZN.com/boxing. 4 world title fights, including what we've been speaking about here, Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. All right, final prelim fights. Let's throw it downstairs once again to Todd Grisham.
Yes, indeed, as sunset has hit Giza, perfect views. Perfect weather. Feels amazing out here right now as we get set for it. This is our final prelim of the night. Egypt versus the U.S. Bassem Mamdoua and Jamar Talley.
Let's now welcome to the ring from the United States, the undefeated Jamar No Mercy Talley.
Rio Jazz
Jamar Talley, 26 years old, 6'2", with a 74-inch reach, a good-looking cruiserweight.
Yes, and with an 85% knockout ratio, incredible amateur pedigree. He has Bomac in his corner, and he's coming out to make a statement as well. And I watched tape of his opponent. His opponent you know what his opponent have to offer? Awkwardness. Like, you know what I mean? And for a fighter like Jamar, that could be easy to deal with. It could be tough, or it could be tough to deal with. We're going to see how he deal with it. You know, I believe the world is his oyster, especially tonight right here on this stage. He can really have it his way if you want. We're going to see how he treats his opponent.
Well, Talley is all about the knockout. In fact, according to BoxRec, Talley has a 4-second knockout on his record, but there's no footage anywhere. So we don't see it, but we got to believe it, I guess. Why would you make something like that up?
Right? You wouldn't make it up. It is what it is.
It's so outlandish that it's got to be true.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the shot would have to land and the referee would have to wave it off before he hit the canvas.
Right. It's so outlandish it have to be true. That's a good call, Ty.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Egypt, Bassam, the Black Tiger Mamdouh.
The Black Tiger, Bassam Mamdouh, 10 wins, 2 losses, 4 coming by way of knockout. Has been a pro for 9 years. Went up to 200 pounds after losing to Abdo Khaled back in 2024, and has won all 3 fights inside of 2 rounds as a cruiserweight. Last time out, had a really good win at the Zamalek Sporting Club in Cairo last November. So the fans here, the ones that have shown up already, should be pretty familiar with him. But this will be his toughest test as he takes on Jamar Talley.
It's definitely going to be his toughest test, and we're going to see if he can handle this young energy Jamar Talley's going to come in with. Jamar is feeling good. He knows this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and he's going to take full advantage of this opportunity. I'm looking forward to it. I'm right here ringside, and I can't wait to watch him do it.
So far, Egypt is 2-0 on the night. Let's see if Mamdouh can make it a perfect 3-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Brought to you by Ring Magazine, Sella, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Gold Star Promotions, and Ready to Fight in association with Zuffa Boxing. Along with their great sponsors, White Bit, Scary Movie, Box Raw, and Just Eat. The judges are Nawaf Al-Mohamid, Bensei Kovac, and Enrico Licini. Our referee in charge will be Andrei Shevelov. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue, white, and gold, and weighed in officially at 197.7 pounds. Coming to us from Camden, New Jersey, USA. He had a stellar amateur career and now as a professional, undefeated with 6 wins. 5 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jamar No Mercy Talley. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black trunks and weighed in officially at 192.8 pounds. Hailing from Menufia, Egypt, he has a professional record of 10 wins, 2 defeats. 4 of his 10 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Bassam, the Black Tiger Mamdouh.
Okay, gentlemen, we have been all those in the dressing room. I don't want to see any rabbit punches. Protect yourself at all times. Touch those bad chickens with luck.
All right, so Bomac One of the great trainers in the world today, most notably with Terrence Crawford, has also worked with Keyshawn Davis, Chris Eubank Jr., Amir Khan, Jamel Herring. The list goes on and on. And now he's sharpening his tools with no mercy. Jamar Talley from Camden, New Jersey, facing the Black Tiger, Bassem Mamdouh.
I like how Jamar came out faint right off the rip and jab into the body. Usually when young fighters do that, or not even young fighters, he's thinking up even though he's going down, and usually it's vice versa.
Has a great physique for the cruiserweight division as well.
I love the feints. More of that, continue to do more feints.
You know, some people view the cruiserweight division as kind of a stopgap from light heavyweight to building up to be a heavyweight. Wonder if Talley's going to stay at cruiserweight for a long time or make the jump.
Well, you can tell he got some weight on him, even though he's a cruiserweight. He's not like a short guy, like, you know, but he's not extremely tall as either. You know what I mean? But I really like how he jabbed into the body. He continued to do more of that. And the reason why he's jabbing to the body so much, Ty, is because eventually the right hand is going to come over the top. So he's basically setting it up. He's decoying down. He putting the attention of his offense down so his opponent could think down, so then he could eventually come up with the right hand or left hook.
This one may not last long because Talley looks really sharp. Look at that nice little combination.
And look how he hit him with a good shot, but look how Talley get back to his jab, Ty. He gets right back to his jab after his big shot slam from his offense. Look, he get back to his jab. He get back to his jab to the body, to the head.
And you can tell Mamdouh is trying to time him with that right hand. If maybe Talley becomes a little over-aggressive. I'm not sure this is going to make it out of the first round. One of those big power shots from No Mercy could be the end of Mamdouh.
Good body shot by Talley. He did that off of the up jab. He's still jabbing down to the body. Even though he has had some good moments with his offense, he's not forgetting the real estate of jabbing to the body. Good left hook, right hand right there.
Mamdouh is leaving that chin in the air, kind of stuck in no man's land. Still hopeful that overhand right lands with Talley's coming in. That's the only shot it seems that he's got.
I love how Jamar Talley is staying dedicated to that jab to the chest, that jab to the body. He's not getting greedy, but he's keeping his opponent thinking. Now he's bringing the jab to the head. Now he's doing the jab from an up jab position, like from his hip.
Always bouncing and moving as well.
Good, he's working the free hand in there. Ty, whenever you see young fighters doing stuff like that, working a free hand during the clinch, that's them letting the ref know, I'm here to fight, I'm not here to hold. That's them letting the judges know, I'm here to fight, I'm not here to clinch. And it's just good signals, you know, to give off to not just the judges, but the crowd and the referee.
Yeah, we saw earlier a referee took a point for holding right away, so these Egyptian referees not playing around.
It was a good round for Jamar Talley right there. Stuck with his jab, put the jab everywhere, to the head, to the chest, to the torso. We're going to see him pick it up the next round.
There's the scene, the golden hour here in Cairo, Egypt. It's been a fantastic week, punctuated by great weather tonight. Thought it might be blistering hot. No. Nice little cool breeze coming through here. Some clouds blocking the sun. And we kicked the night off with this fight. Coming up next, Lapin versus Mendestani. Break this one down, Malik.
Oh, it's a great fight. I did some work with Lapin in Dubai for Oleksandr Usyk when he was fighting Anthony Joshua the second time. Lapin is a hard worker. He didn't have a good performance against Edmondson, but he came back after that a couple months ago and had a first-round knockout, and I think that was the best performance of his career. We're going to see if he could do the same thing tonight.
Yeah, Daniel Lapin, a perfect 13-0, taking on Tani, who's 9-1. That'll be the first fight of our main card coming up at the top of the hour. Make sure to go to DAZN.com. Purchase your pay-per-view today. There's a jab, right hand. Good stuff here from the American.
You hear what Bomac is telling him. He's saying, take your time. Even though you just landed some good offense, take your time. Because he know, you hear Bomac saying, take your time, because he know the more you take your time, the more you see, the more opportunity that you're able to take advantage of with your own offense.
You know, it's kind of a fine line. You know this better than me, between take your time and you've wasted too much time when you have a guy in trouble.
Absolutely. And then the more and more you fight, especially on the professional ranks, you have a better feel of that, like, okay, I could rush it now. No, I'm going to continue to take my time. The more and more you're in the ring, the more and more you have a better feel with those type of things.
Jamar Talley looking slick, has power. Whereas Usyk is trying to find something to do here to get some positive energy.
I love how Jamar Talley is working the free hand during the clinch. And that's a signal. What else is he saying?
Oh, body shot. Another one. Brian McIntyre shouting his approval. He wants the big man to go downstairs again.
He's hit his opponent with a good body shot, but he's not getting over anxious. He got his lead hand down, which means he's going to start doing up jabs from here. Okay, he picked it up now. You can see the amateur pedigree in Jamar Talley too, because look how he's just taking his time when he got his opponent hurt. He's not in no rush. He's done this so many times.
Oh boy, I don't think Matua can take much more.
Good body shot. He was investing down to that body the whole fight from round one. It started with the jab to the body, the jab to the chest, and eventually the liver shot.
And he's not going to make it up. Jamar Talley shows no mercy to his 7th opponent and gets his 6th knockout. How do you like it, Malik?
He did great. I love how he set it up. He took his time. He came out with his jab, and he wasn't just putting his jab just at the head. Like I said, Todd, he was putting it at his chest, at the torso, and eventually what ended up getting the fight stopped? The body work to the jab, but Ben was making the investments down there early on in the fight from round one. Very impressive.
Now, after seeing that, do you really believe he stopped somebody in 4 seconds? I think it's possible.
Absolutely. It's very believable. Yes.
Let's see it again. Look, and the best part about this, he started low and then went high.
Yes, cringing shot. And that's the second time we've seen somebody fold from that shot tonight. Sultan knocked this guy out with the body shot just like that. He got himself a knockout with a body shot just like that tonight. So it's a cringing shot. Mickey Ward Mickey Ward, it was one of his best shots. He hurdled Tori Gotti with it, zabbed Judah with it. Anybody he hit with that liver shot, they would just cringe and go down.
Oh, well, hey, Gotti, though, remember when he cringed and didn't go down?
He didn't go down, yes.
I mean, that's the
It was like a movie, right, Todd?
Yeah, it was. That's the Arturo Gotti. And a big kiss from Jamar Talley to his trainer. They make a pretty good partnership, you can tell already.
Yes.
What do you think the future looks like for this young man?
Future is very bright for Talley right now. All he have to do is continue to listen to Bomac, stay dialed into training, stay focused, and continue to just do what he did tonight. Set things up the proper way behind that good jab.
And you're very familiar with the cruiserweight division. Of course, the trainer of Zurdo Ramirez. It's not that deep of a division. If he keeps improving, he can be a real factor pretty soon.
Absolutely, and he's not too far from being a factor now. He's one of these guys that got under 10 fights, but I'm already impressed with him thus far.
Don't forget, we have some mouth-watering clashes coming later tonight, including Jack Catterall versus Shakram Diasov in a showdown for the vacant WBA World Welterweight title. If you haven't already, purchase Glory in Giza now at DAZN.com/boxing. Well, Thomas Triber has the mic. Time for him to officially announce the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 51 seconds of round number 2. Our referee, Andrei Shevelov, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Jamar No Mercy Talley.
All right, so what would your advice be right now to Jamar Talley as he tries to become a real contender?
Continue to set all your knockouts and victories up the way you did tonight, behind those jabs, behind those feints. And what I was most impressed with the jab wasn't just in one place. He put it everywhere. And like I said, keep investing down to the body like he did from the beginning of the action.
All right, so 4 fights down. The undercard is officially done. We're about to turn things over to the main card. I'll see you at the main event, Usyk versus Rico. For now, we say hello again to Ade Oladipo.
I'm here with stylish Eddie Hearn. Glasses staying on, Eddie?
No, definitely not. Listen, the sun's still out. I think glasses in the dark should be banned, and these will be off in about 5 minutes, so yeah.
You've put on some spectacular shows under your time at Matchroom. I've done some fantastic ones with you. maybe not as fantastic as this. I mean, with that backdrop, this is sensational.
I mean, if you would have been here 48 hours ago,
really,
I actually cannot believe what I saw when I walked in. This place looked like there was absolutely no chance it was going to be ready for Saturday night. The team, Seller, Matchroom, shout out Frank Smith and all the guys. I mean, they've done an amazing job. This is beyond any comprehension, any expectation that boxing could ever imagine. I mean, you know, Times Square was pretty creative. Yeah. The garden at the Matchroom HQ was quite creative. That was up there, but let's be honest, with all due respect to Brentwood, it wasn't quite the pyramids of Giza. So, you know, this is about pushing the boundaries. This is about showing the world how powerful the sport of boxing is. And when you saw those images yesterday of AJ and Canelo and Usyk and, you know, these Crawford and these great fighters here, people were very appreciative that this sport has brought everybody here, not just for the fans and those watching on DAZN, but me, you, and all these great fighters. This is something that we should really cherish. This is a sight to behold, and this is a moment in boxing history that I think will never be repeated.
Yeah, Tony, boxing under His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is now pushing the boundaries, isn't it? As Eddie said, Times Square was pushing the boundary. That wasn't supposed to happen. You're not supposed to shut down Times Square, but this is taking it to another level. To say that we're going to have a boxing match in front of the pyramids just kind of blows my mind, if I'm honest with you.
Listen, he's changed the game. He's left his own fingerprints on it now, and as I come into a place like this, this is a scene that's fit for the king, and tonight we've got the king of the heavyweight division. So it's amazing. I'm a shocked, no, but I'm a pleased to be here, absolutely.
We've had some crazy matchups over the years, right? And with those crazy matchups, we've seen some surprises. Tyson Fury versus Ngannou, that could have gone either way. This, though, would be seismic. I said to someone the other day, Eddie, and I don't know if you can echo it, I said, this wouldn't be the biggest upset in boxing. This would be spoken about as one of the biggest upsets in sport if Rico were to somehow chin Oleksandr Usyk tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to Fury and Ngannou, that was a fight that could have gone either way. Yeah. I think maybe, you know, he was maybe hard done by, but also maybe hard done by the greatest boxing upset of all time.
Yeah.
Potentially beating Tyson Fury.
It would have been.
The thing is with Tyson Fury is he's up and he's down, he's a temperamental guy. You don't know what you get in training camp for Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou. You don't know what you get in the mindset of Tyson Fury in a Francis Ngannou fight. What you get from Oleksandr Usyk is the same every time. Greatness in preparation, greatness in training camp, and greatness in the ring. The consistency that he has makes it very difficult for even the great heavyweights to beat him, let alone a guy that happens to be one of the greatest of his own disciplines stepping up. I mean, this is not just a guy stepping up to fight a world-class boxer or even the best in his division. This is a guy stepping up to fight the pound-for-pound #1 of the sport. And, you know, it's the only division, really, that can throw up these kind of seismic shocks because of the size and the power of the man in Rico. And by the way, he's a brave man, he's a proud man, he's a strong man, but that doesn't, for me, really elevate you to the class of Oleksandr
But that's
Usyk.
the only reason he has a chance.
Yeah.
Is because of this weight division. Because if you're talking about welterweights or middleweights,
so for you, he has a chance. And not just a punch. Is it a punch?
He has a chance.
Okay.
There is no two ways about it. If he catches you clean on the chin at that weight, he's going to hit you. And he's going to jump all over you. So make no mistake, I'm not saying he's going to win, because I think that would be crazy. It wouldn't just be the greatest shock in boxing, it would be the greatest shock in all of combat sports history. If he was to win here today, it would be possibly the greatest achievement in all of sport. You've got to put this into context. He's facing the undisputed, unified heavyweight champion in basically his second professional boxing match. And it's really his first professional boxing match. He's bypassed every single level, and he's going in with the king of the heavyweight division. But he's shown he's capable of what he's done in his own sport. So he's got to punch his chance without a shadow of a doubt.
When did Oleksandr Usyk start surprising you? Like, we all knew he was good, and you would have followed him from the amateurs. When did you know he was, like, generationally good?
Well, he thought he beat me. Well, so you know.
No, I mean, I told you I thought you could win, but you know,
what you really?
No, he didn't.
No, I did. You know, I actually. Look, he's one. Like we've been up against him time and time again. It's like, you know, the quality, you know, the amateur pedigree, you know, the hundreds of amateur fights. The fact that he was going to every cruiserweight champion's backyard to dethrone them. I mean, the World Boxing Super Series was the first time really we started to see the true quality of Usyk. But you always think, because it doesn't, you know, it's the subtleties of Oleksandr Usyk. He's not this guy that just goes in there and destroys people. And you always hope that there's a way. So, like, for example, when Tony beat him, we felt, bring him to Manchester, you know, maybe in the madness of the arena and the UK, and Tony's on a run and blah, 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 we can do it. And listen, by the way, not just saying it because he's here.
He had a go.
We were ahead.
Yeah.
You know, and what he did was Usyk done what Usyk does. And then when he moves up to heavyweight, we put him in with Chisora, and it's like, he's too small for heavyweight. Del, all you've got to do is start like a train. And to be fair, Chisora gave him one of his best heavyweight fights. I mean, he really did start like a train. Then he fights AJ, and he's like, you're too big for him. You punch too hard for him. He doesn't like it to the body. You just got to step on him. You know, gets well beaten in the first fight. The second fight, you weren't aggressive enough. Be more aggressive. He beats more aggressive, and after 9 rounds, we think we might win this fight. And then I see one of the best championship performances I've ever seen over 10, 11, 12, particularly from a heavyweight in that fight. And then he fights Dubois, then he fights Fury, and it's like, I don't know the code to beat this man.
The Fury wants to win it.
But I think that to unlock and crack the code, and I think the only way you crack the code is through time. Age. You know, and yes, and sooner or later, it's just gonna, you know. But you're talking about a guy that lives a life like, you know, watching him in training camp with AJ and having the pleasure of going over to see it. It's like physically, everything that he does is on another level to everybody else. Mentally, he's stronger than anybody in the game. Ability, he has more than any fighter in the sport. And spiritually, puts him on another kind of stratus. Yeah. It's a weird combination where it's like, I'm sitting in there, you know, AJ's training, and he goes over to this wall, it's like a shrine, and he's got stuff from his kids, he's got, you know, religious crucifixes, he's got pictures, and he's standing there before the session for like 5 minutes just looking at this wall with his hands out like this, and I'm like, this guy's on another...
It's his mentality. Listen, he's the ultimate and diligent professional. I spoke to him this morning.
Did you know that before you fought him?
Yeah, I knew exactly what it was. I sparred with him as an amateur. I went to Klitschko Cup in Ukraine, and I couldn't box, unfortunately. My granddad passed away, I had to come home early. But I knew exactly what he was. I just thought, I can catch him, and my plan was to draw his lead for the first 6 rounds, and in the second half of the fight, I'm going to start going for the knockout. Unfortunately for me, I was exhausted come the second half of the fight, and didn't know where it was, but you've got to understand, he made me exhausted. But talking about how good he is and what he does well, he's a diligent professional, and I said it this morning when I spoke to him and his team, I said the only thing that beats Oleksandr Usyk is Oleksandr Usyk. And I say this, and what I mean by that is it's time, and it's
you want to do it anymore? Maybe
no,
fighting for
it'll
the wrong
never be the
reasons,
want to do, because he'll walk away. Because fighters only carry on when in that position, what you're talking about, through financial instability. That's why fighters carry on. He's never going to have that problem.
No, but he's ticked every box. Are we now running the same lap again? He's become undisputed twice, cruiserweight twice.
He's chasing
also, how good would it be to retire undefeated?
Yes.
Through the cruiserweight division. Now we step up, we start talking about Ajit Kabia. I mean, you know, the whispers around the hotels this week is there may be some kind of announcement, you know, if he's successful tonight. That's a tough fight, especially going into a stadium in Germany. But you've got to ask it, does that light the fire in your belly if you're Oleksandr Usyk? And I think probably the answer is yes, to be honest.
I think it gets him closer to home, and I think that's getting closer to home and finishing his career. I think he'd like to finish his career maybe even at home, if that's possible. But I think Germany might be the closest he gets to getting back home. But he's a generational talent, and just admire him and enjoy him while he's here, because I genuinely don't believe he'll be here much longer. You're witnessing a great.
Quick word on Rico Verhoeven. You've been with him all week. He's such a gentleman. He's a nice guy. He's 37. I almost wish he started this a bit earlier. But do you think, even if he loses, but he loses gallantly and he puts in a really good performance, does he stay around, do you think, in boxing?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that what this has done is raised his profile. I mean, we see this is a pay-per-view on DAZN around the world. You see the numbers coming in. I mean, this is going to do record numbers in Holland tonight, you know, because he's a superstar there. And for them, this is like one of the biggest moments for one of the top sports stars across sport. So, I don't know, look, the guy's a pure gentleman. I mean, he was on the red carpet for 2 hours. He's gone above and beyond. And when you sit next to him, I mean, the one thing that worries me is he's such a unit of a man. Like, his forearms are like your thighs, but his legs are massive. And that I feel like that's going to be a big problem for him tonight, because the calves are like this, and it looks but Tony, it looks. I look at those legs and I think,
look at us
you
talking
could be
about guys'
stuck.
legs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he hasn't got legs like ours, but this is a guy that could get stuck in quicksand against Oleksandr Usyk, and you know how Usyk drains fighters. Those legs are going to fill up with lactic acid. I don't think this fight goes 4 rounds.
It's how he dictates the range, Oleksandr Usyk, that makes him great. He dictates the range without you even knowing what he's doing. The thing that I'm surprised about tonight is with Rico Verhoeven is he moves quite well. Kickboxers do, the light on the feet, they bounce and move around. I think he'll take Oleksandr Usyk by surprise in the first 1 or 2 rounds. The switching of stances, the coming in square on, the rushing him from multiple combinations. But once he's downloaded what you've done, and once you start falling for the traps that he sets, and believe you me, he sets traps very intelligently. You know, you hit the body to see which way you block. He'll tap you with the left hand down the side, which there's no power in it, but he wants to see how you block it. Which way do you slide when he throws a jab at you? All these little things he's downloading, and he's going to do it with Rico tonight. And Rico will have never been in with someone with the mindset of him. I don't care who he's faced or in what discipline he's been in. You have not come across a mindset like this man's. It's unstoppable. So buckle in. It's going to be an exciting round. When this bell goes tonight, it's going to be exciting.
Rico just lets them fly.
Just go for it.
Let them fly.
Just go for it. Run over, it's easy to say that, run over there and just kick his backside.
Go on. And good luck, mate. See ya.
Quick word before you go. AJ in the Usyk camp, but I've seen AJ in the hotel. He looks fresh. Yeah. He looks like he's ready to go. He wants to fight now.
I mean, I said I've never seen him look like this before, but someone did remind me I've said that several times. So I think all the things that I mentioned about what Usyk does in training camp, this is the first time I've actually heard AJ talk into the future. Like normally he would say, I've just got Prenga on July 25th. Even though he's signed to fight Tyson Fury after that, he's now saying, I've got Prenga, then I've got Fury, then I must fight for the World Championship. I want to be undisputed in 2027. That's very unlike him to say that. And what that tells me is that he's in a place where he knows exactly what he wants to do. He's
got a plan.
Yeah, and I think for the first time, sometimes AJ can be the guy that second guesses himself a little bit. And you know, after the press conference yesterday, on Thursday, I went up to Oleksandr Usyk. I said, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for AJ. And he's like, he speaks with so much emotion. He said, Eddie, he is getting there. He is going to do it. You must tell him every day. You can. I tell him every day.
Where's this come from?
It's just like,
why is that?
Tony knows AJ, probably one of the nicest blokes you could ever meet, right? And for what he's achieved, his status, his wealth, like he goes in there, he turns up in Valencia basically on his own, right? And sort of turns up and says, guys, I'm here.
Yeah.
And Usyk has gone, I don't think Usyk can quite believe that AJ's just got on a flight, pitched over to Valencia and basically never gone home. And he's like, they've just gelled. And I said to, I always argue with Froch, and he's like, why is AJ doing this? I said, do you understand how bad this guy wants it? Like, he's training harder now than he did when he had nothing. Even before he won Olympic gold, he's on, like, he wants this so bad, and especially with everything that's happened to him, he's coming with a new energy. And he said to me last night, I really want to hurt this guy, Prenga. He says nothing against him, but like I feel it in my hands now, the power that I have, and I know that I can just take people out with one shot. And like, I've just never heard him talk like this before. We've got to keep that energy, we've got to keep that positivity. We've got to, as Oleksandr said, keep drumming that into him every day. Make him be a believer in himself, because he can do it. But the focus is not even Prenga, the focus is not even Fury. Honestly, the focus is undisputed, and that was always the original goal. But it feels like the momentum that he has in that camp, I can't wait to see him July 25th.
I can't wait as well. That one, as Eddie said, July 25th, part of DAZN Ultimate. Make sure you get DAZN Ultimate. That fight plus 2 more special fights as well.
I can't look at you because we're Barney's turn.
I've looked at you enough for the last 15 years.
That concludes the prelims portion of the ring. Glory in Giza. If you haven't already purchased, the only way to watch it is buy now at DAZN.com. Or if you want to guarantee a front row seat to all the best fights, it's time to get Ultimate, which will ensure that you see everything that happened tonight, as well as Tommy Fury facing Eddie Hall June 13th and Xander Zayas against Boot Ennis June 27th. And as we've been talking about, the return of AJ on July 25th.
first rule of DAZN Ultimate.
The first rule.
You do not pay-per-view.
You do not.
You do not pay-per-view.
Do not pay-per-view.
The Ultimate Fight Night is here.
Second rule, DAZN Ultimate is.
Second rule. You don't pay-per-view.
Because Ultimate gives you a minimum of 12 pay-per-view fights a year.
At no extra cost.
You do not pay per view. Join us ringside and welcome to DAZN Ultimate.
Yeah, our main card is just moments away, and we start in the light heavyweight division with a disciple of the Usyk school, Daniel Lapin. The Ukrainian takes on the Frenchman Benjamin Mendez Tani in the opening fight of the main card. That's right here live on DAZN. To our viewers watching, free-to-air time is running out to buy the pay-per-view in a few minutes. We are going to be encrypted, meaning the only way to watch the ring Glory in Giza is by purchasing this event at DAZN.com/boxing. Trust me, this is one you do not want to miss.
In a world of rules, one fight breaks them all.
This is going to be an absolute spectacle.
Two champions.
You've got the king of heavyweight boxing.
Three-time undisputed champion.
Against the king of heavyweight kickboxing.
What an opportunity to upset the world.
Two disciplines.
This is something completely different.
One question.
Pound-for-pound king of boxing against the pound-for-pound king of kickboxing.
Who will be champion of champions?
Undisputed versus undisputed.
Usyk.
The genius of modern boxing.
Verhoeven.
He's coming to win. He believes he can win.
As the sun sets on the pyramids in Egypt.
A new legend will be forged.
Here we go. This Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
Are you looking for ways to spend less on fuel and lower your costs? Why not make the smart move to hybrid driving with the MG ZS Hybrid Plus? Its hybrid system switches seamlessly between petrol and electric, so you can enjoy a smooth, fuel-efficient drive. A smart move made simple. The MG ZS Hybrid Plus from $22,995.
It's a bit chipper this morning.
Police are trying to disperse crowds as the poll tax rise escalates.
They're calling it Cool Britannia. Cool Britannia.
Credit crunch. It's like a breakfast cereal.
Give it to me 2 times.
Hang on, I like that.
45 years of change is 45 years of experience for whatever the future brings. Hargreaves Lansdowne, helping Britain invest through it all.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
Don't miss the biggest nights in